Welcome back to the studio. I'm Michael. So we have a lot to talk about with global financial markets because a few big events are taking place. I want to start off with overall macro events because right now the Jackson Hole Symposium is taking place. It takes place between August 25th and August 27th. And in this event, we're seeing central bankers, Federal Reserve from all across the world meeting to discuss policies and inflation, how they're going to combat it moving forward. But the key thing right now is that markets are pretty stagnant leading up until this event because the key date, the key thing we need to keep an eye out for is Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve speech during this event. That is going to take place on August 26th, and that's where he's going to say, are they going to have to increase rates at an even faster rate, what their plans are going to be for the next couple of months, how they're going to combat inflation and bring it back down. So keep an eye out for this because while the symposium has started, the big thing that is going to take place is Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve having their speech, their plan as to what they're going to do to combat inflation, and that is going to take place on August 26th. Right now, it is expected that we will see rates increase by around 75 basis points when you're looking at Fed futures rates. You can see that right now there's a 60.5% chance that's going to be a 75 basis point rate hike, but when we're looking at things right now, things could potentially be even worse than that. Hopefully not, but we just need to keep an eye out on what he says during this meeting because that's going to cause the market to break out, depending on what he says, in one direction for sure. I want to quickly interrupt today's video to bring you a word from our channel partner, Fairdesk. Fairdesk is a cryptocurrency exchange that offers up to 125x leverage, and you can get up to a $5,040 deposit bonus by simply signing up using my link down below. Currently, Fairdesk is launching a new feature called Arena 2.0. It goes live on August 4th, 2022, and this feature is where you can earn money just by predicting the price of cryptocurrencies. If you predict the price of a crypto closer than someone else, then you could win thousands of dollars, as you can see with all of their giveaway prizes that they are giving out. The cool thing about this is that you can use your own money or you could use coupons you get from simply spinning the wheel. There are three ways you can get free spins. One is by trading. For every $8,000 you trade, the user will get one free spin. Two is by referring people. For every valid invitee, you will get another free spin. And the third is by joining other events that they announce on social media, like on their Twitter or on their Telegram. Fairdesk is the only platform I have been using for trading my crypto when I'm using leverage trading over the last year. And Fairdesk's Arena 2.0 is definitely worth trying because you can win money for simply predicting crypto prices and guessing crypto prices better than someone else. Anyways, let me know your thoughts and let's get back to the program. Next thing is going to be with Bitcoin and the overall crypto market. Bitcoin's currently at a very key level as well. We can see that one analyst says that we're at a macro signal, and this is because that Bitcoin is at the realized price again. Basically saying that when the average price of Bitcoin that someone holds, so the average price that someone bought Bitcoin for right now is basically currently where the price of Bitcoin is, meaning that most people are pretty much break even for their Bitcoin holdings. But the key thing with this is that historically, whenever we see Bitcoin hit this level, we see a breakout in one direction for sure. So usually if we can break above this realized price level, we start seeing a rally higher. It's a very bullish sign. Or what we've also seen is that we could be rejected off of this line. Right now, things have come down substantially over the last week or so. We saw Bitcoin drop from $25,000 down to $21,000 per coin. So over the next couple of days, when we see Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve come out with their decision, their speech as to what they're going to do moving forward, that is going to dictate where the market is going next. I'm personally bullish on the overall market. I think a lot of what is going to be put into place to combat inflation has already been factored into the market, but we just need to prepare just in case Jerome Powell comes out with something more hawkish, that they're going to be taking more drastic measures than they originally said. Moving on, let's talk about some altcoins because there's a few big stories with Ethereum, Polygon, Tron, some big altcoins. So Ethereum right now, we're seeing that ETH whales have started to move their holdings back onto exchanges. This is historically a very bearish sign because people don't move Bitcoin, Ethereum, any of their crypto holdings onto exchanges unless they have a plan of selling it, because ultimately keeping your crypto on exchanges is not as safe as keeping it in cold storage or a hardware wallet. So seeing that over the last 3 months, we've started to see Bitcoin whales really send a significant amount of ETH onto exchanges is a bearish sign. We can see that non-exchange addresses saw a decline of 11% of holdings, while exchange-based addresses have seen a 78% surge. So leading up until the ETH 2.0 merge, I would tell you that leading up to this, a lot of people are going to continue to be buying Ethereum. As we've seen the price rally significantly, it's gone from $1,000 per coin all the way up to $2,000 at one point. But the key thing to keep in mind is that many people are predicting that this merge event, which is taking place in mid-September, is going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news. So leading up to it, we're going to continue to see this rally. But as soon as it happens, many people are expecting a big sell-off for Ethereum because we've seen prices rally. Now we started to see more Ethereum move on to exchanges, and especially once all that ETH that has been locked up in the ETH 2.0 contract gets released, people are able to buy and sell that. I think we're going to see a lot of that start to be sold as well. Speaking of Ethereum, one of its layer 2 solutions, Polygon, has recently announced a big partnership with GameSwift to build a Web3 gaming ecosystem. And in this partnership, it's a pretty big deal because GameSwift is an all-in-one gaming ecosystem where people can play a wide range of games. You can get access to initial game offerings, NFT offerings, and also is very useful for developers. But seeing that, we're seeing some of the biggest platforms and biggest companies continue to partner with Polygon. That's a great sign because Ethereum, we know, has high gas fees. And we've seen multiple times, we talked about in multiple videos, how ETH 2.0 merge is not going to solve high gas fees. But it's good to see that despite what's going on with Ethereum, we're continuing to see Polygon, its largest layer 2 system, ecosystem, continue to grow, continue to sign more partnerships, continue to see more transactions per second. And that is why transactions take place on this blockchain. And that is why I am personally very bullish on Polygon because it has all the benefits in terms of security of Ethereum, but it has additional benefits of being cheaper for transaction fees, which is so useful when you're talking about play to earn NFT games, sending money, and it's lower fees than Ethereum. So ultimately, I think we're going to continue to see Polygon grow very rapidly as we see more and more projects partner with them. And last thing I want to go over is also with energy consumption, and that is with Tron. New report from the Crypto Carbon Ratings Institute came out and said that Tron consumes 99.9% less power than Bitcoin and Ethereum. And while you may be thinking, well, this is because Tron doesn't see as many transactions every single year as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, yes, that is true in some part. But when we're looking at this report, there were over 2.31 billion transactions that made up this study for Tron. So it wasn't like there was no transaction taking place or even a small number. There were over 2.31 billion transactions on the Tron blockchain. And seeing that Tron consumes so much less energy than Bitcoin and Ethereum doesn't make me think that Tron is going to be the biggest crypto, but what it does show me is that we are continuing to see a massive energy problem and a power problem in the crypto space. So whether that means we're going to see more layer 2 ecosystems and cryptos come about for Ethereum, or if that means we're going to see some other blockchain that is more energy efficient rise up, I'm simply saying that this is something that is going to be a problem long term, and we're going to need to figure out a way to solve this. Personally, the way that I treat this is I like investing in layer 2 cryptos for Ethereum's network because Ethereum is the biggest. We've seen the most projects built on it, but because of its high gas fees, I think we will see its layer 2 solutions ultimately succeed more in the long term. So that's why I personally like projects, let's say like Scale Network, Polygon, things like that. But ultimately, that's what's going on in the crypto space right now. Also going on with macro events. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode. See ya.